Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Lines Forever. This is another FAF beta game between Keezer, the Pink Cybern, and Blast Shield, the Grey Aeon. First land from him. See second air, third land from Keezer, and second air, third land from Blast Shield. No second air, or no second land I should say. Both going second air. So might see some bombers early on. First two NGs to the trees. And then very early Aurora from Blast Shield after those two NGs. Which is gonna go across here and then right across to where the Hydro is. And then another tank. Also very early. So this tank I like and this tank I don't like. As you can see, there's nothing even to protect here yet. This tank is just standing around waiting for something to happen. Should at least be moving across the map. But he's just very afraid of losing his energy, I guess. Not getting much reclaim with that. Annual clicks. Another NG expanding up the top. Bomber from Keezer, and Blast Shield is not making a bomber. He already has an interceptor out, so this bomber should die very quickly. It's not spotted by the air scout, so maybe he can still get a kill. He's going for the expanding engineer, being defended by an Aurora. It's one thing the Aurora can't protect you from. Then it would be the best tank ever. So reclaim, look at the reclaim. Like Blast Shield has 500 reclaim. Keezer has 1300. Why is that? Is it missing some stuff here? I think it's the trees. So these are almost all gone. Yeah, strange. Maybe it is the rocks here. And also these trees being reclaimed by Keezer. This tank gets first NG kill and it may find the next guy. Even if it doesn't, it's denied this for a very long time. As you can see, the Blast Shield already has both mexes and the Hydro. Keezer has none of it. So this Aurora is very, very good. That is a dead Mantis trying to raid this engineer. Nice radar. It's pretty expensive, but actually he has a lot of power overflow. She's gonna have to use somehow. I mean, at this stage, yeah, that's really ugly to be wasting that much power. Keezer's in the expansion, faster than Blast Shield, but Blast Shield is quite safe here unless this bomber takes out the engineer, which it may try to do. So we have a PD queued up. I think it should be done before the ACU gets here. This nice safe expansion with the Aurora, that's nice. Should send the engineers across pretty soon. There they go. And the bomber does find the engineer. Oh, he's looking for him, but he hasn't found him. What's going on? He's attempting to dodge. Nice. Dodges so well, but the bomb doesn't drop, and now the inties are in position. That's important to keep that NG alive. He needs that mass. You can see him reclaiming a lot of trees here, which does give you a pretty significant amount of mass. I've never tried in sandbox, but you could just sandbox and speed it up to 10 and reclaim all these trees in your base just to see exactly how many resources you get from that. Definitely going to be in the order of thousands of mass, I'm pretty sure. Blast shield going 1-to-1 with this PD. If you get the right angle, you will shoot the PD and not the walls, so sort of move back at different angles. You'll eventually find it and you can just shoot the thing, or walking close, reclaim the PD, or walking close, reclaim the walls around the PD and then shoot it. But always reclaim after you've killed it. Anyway, it's nice 200 mass. Geezer with a big score lead. I'm not sure why. I guess he has more power income and he's actually managing to spend it all. We have 2 T2 mexes. One just assisted to completion, a 4th one on the way. T2 land is complete. There's a support factory. It's pretty quick T2 land. Not many units about. He's going to look to do some raiding, but I think better not to throw those tanks in there. A lot of scouts. I think that's an accident. Well, it certainly is. So every scout's 40 mass. So 10 scouts, 400 mass. How many does he have? So he has about a T2 max worth of mass almost in air scouts there. I think at this stage, when you make this many by accident, I would actually just control K most of them and reclaim them. Well, I would if I would remember to do that. Better chance there that I would just fly them across the map and suicide them into my enemy's base. T2 air instead of T2 land for blast shield. Pretty quiet game. Both players just sort of chilling, taking their half the map and just using small forces to try and do damage. Contenting themselves with T2 mix upgrades. There's 4 now. A couple just finished for blast shield. Now, where will he go next? He has one almost finished here. This raid at the top is gold. Denying mexes for a long time. He's fighting Medusa, so he can actually get kited. No, he has Aurora. Catches a glimpse of his opponent's air force. It's pretty significant. Might see swift winds soon. Blast shield gets the sensors. They're really insanely good, to be honest. You can't get the speed gun, but the speed gun is always the worst of the 2 guns anyway. So once you're trying to overcharge stuff and just stay out of range and just use overcharges for your damage, then sensors is very nice, especially against stealthy Cybran. Completely nullifies the stealth ACU and also the deceivers used with land armies, especially bricks. Do have swift winds now. Ecoing in this location is always kind of risky. It's like you can eco after you eco in your main base. You may just want to make storages because the main base is obviously very safe. It's unlikely you're going to lose those unless you're not watching it for TML or something. But then these are quite vulnerable to drops. Ground attacks, and TML. Oh, we have Aurora just ran around the pond. What other T1 tank could do that? And he does half damage to this PGen, but is now running away. Just kiting some rhinos. Doing a bit of damage. If he'd stayed and shot, I don't think he would have killed that PGen anyway. But maybe he could have got low and then dropped a T1 bomber on it or something, you know. But now it's going to regen. I hear... Oh, yes. Keitzer loves to do this. Make Wagners and send them to this location. Another reason why they're so exposed, why it's risky to tech here. But these guys are just attacking the factory. So what he's going to do now is hide in the water until the gunships leave. And then he's going to come back out in about 30 seconds or a minute later and do the same thing again. Unless Blast Shield leaves his units here, then he's going to have to deal with this later. Just T1 sparring back and forth, not much happening. A lot of eco. Where will Keyser eco next? His ACU is very far back, not defending this location at all. I mean, usually at some point you want to leave this place with your ACU, but sort of the longer you keep it there, the safer this location is for longer with less investment. So I think you should stay here and get some support factory and stuff. So nice torp bomber can actually hit these. They don't hit the ground, it seems. So these Wagners are going to leave some mass. As Blast Shield takes a walk with his ACU. Thanks to those sensors, he can be very secure. He's getting a support factory here. Well, I presume it's support. Yeah, the HQ's back here. I have Obsidians building up in the base. We have Obsidians here raiding. Obsidian raiding, that is brand new gameplay, only in beta. And he just raids all these, and that's a second HQ. Keyser did not mean to make a second HQ there. I wonder, probably should just reclaim it, actually. Unless he really needs the build power. Guess he does. I would reclaim that at some point though. It's a big waste of mass. We have T3 switch for Keyser now. Pretty quick. Because, well, yeah, not much happening, a lot of eco happening. So you can also eco in this location, really build up, fortified here, leave your ACU around, get support factories, T1, T2, T3 support factories, and sort of turtle up in this location. Or even here, you can build a base here. And there's actually two T2 mechs here, but they're very exposed. On the top, we have Blast Shield trying to use his air. And in conjunction with some T1 land, the gunships go down very cheaply. But he will actually be able to kill this location. And now the air fight comes in after the gunships are down. That's a bad turn from Blast Shield. A lot of his Swiftwinds died very quickly because they flew in first and then turned at a bad time. And Keyser wins that air fight. That's very crushing. More gunships will go down shortly. A lot of mass. I mean, especially these Swiftwind wrecks are almost as juicy as gunship wrecks. Oh, that's an obsidian drop. Where's the there's the transport. So 6 obsidians in a T2 transport. And now he's going after the T3 land factories, shooting the unit that's building inside, never allowing it to be completed. Also doing damage to the factory. But actually, the unit that's building is tanking some damage. This HQ should be dead already. Oh, it's so low. 600, 700 HP. 2 more shots. Oh no. Holy fuck. So, in the end, factory survives. He kills 1 T2 P-Gen. That factory should be dead. He loses air on the top so hard, but Blast Shield does, but his still has T1 land there and just it's gonna kill both expansions. This attack, I mean, the Obsidian was actually hitting the unit inside for some reason, and only hitting the unit inside and not doing any damage to the factory with, I mean, I don't know how many shots, at least 4 or 5. So that factory Oh, it should be dead in my opinion. I'm not sure why the targeting works that way. So interesting. We're now at T3 stage. This is FAF beta again, so that's why we're T3 is so late for these guys. We'd have 4 harbs at 12 minutes in regular bounce. Something like that. But Blast has a really small army now though. It's very small. If 17 loyalists, like holy shit. And yet, Blast has the map control advantage without having any army. So it's time for Keyser to do some damage. He's got his power back up. He repaired his factory a bit, which is good. You don't have a low HP factory. And now Keyser's trying to clean up the top area. Has to be careful with his ACU. There's no protection really here. Should be wary of a snipe. Where is Blast Shield's ACU? Well, there's a lot of obsidians in the bottom. His harbs are here to meet the loyalist army. Let's see how they do. You can see harbs have the range advantage, but he needs to kite better. The loyalists are getting into range. Falling back to T1 PD. It's not a bad idea. And he should be able to easily kill these loyalists. The shield regens pretty quickly on the harb, so put the weak guy at the back after he loses shield, put the others to the front, and you should be okay. You can see the entire army and it does look pretty scary. This ACU has to be careful. He has the extra storage he needs to overcharge T3 units. He has 2 storages currently. And he's being very active with the transport, dropping harbs around to where they're needed. So he's defended here, left some reclaim, but the bottom corners are looking very vulnerable. Obsidian's going up against loyalists, and the loyalists I think should get wrecked here. As long as they don't move out of range, as that guy does. One more shot and this loyalist will go down. Absolutely wrecked. Obsidians have pretty insane damage. And loyalists have very similar range. Well, loyalists have slightly more range. The one harb goes down here. This factory is doomed. It's a painful loss. And also, if he moves to the back here, there's 2 T2 mexes to kill. We have so little power. Insane power stall. Yeah, if you're in a power stall like that, you gotta pause, well, everything. Turn off the shields on your units as Aeon. But, yeah, let's see what Keyser sees. He has a T3 mex. Actually, I think it might be before. It wasn't as efficient to, well, it was about the same if you have a factory adjacent to a T3 mex, a T3 factory adjacent to a T3 mex as having a storage. But the factory would have to be building something all the time. But now there's a less build time on certain units, like the brick, so it may actually be more efficient to have T3 support factories than having storages. Keyser got his map control back and now he's ecoing on it. Quite a bit of reclaim to grab here from that air fight still. And some T1 dead stuff. And again, we're at a very chill moment. People not attacking. I mean, Keyser just done tons of damage and does the smart thing, just brings his army back. I mean, he should probably drop here, especially on these mexes, try and steal that mass. Not let Blast Shield get this back for free. Looks very dodgy for Blast Shield now. He does have a T3 Max as well, so that's always nice. We don't have T3 Air. I'm interested to see how T3 Air... Oh no, that's a bad loss of Harbs. This small army of 5 cannot hope to take on what Keezer has. We have 2 bricks. No stealth in this. But we have 2 bricks, 5 Loyas. Good number of flak. 5 flak is a good number. And Keezer does drop this location. There's some mass to be got. And he has these mexes as well. A lot of T2 transports around. One of the most useful units. And Keezer's going for T3. Not sure why. Blast Shield has a Chrono Dampener. Oh, this is going to be fun. So Chrono Dampener, if you don't know, because you've never seen it, it's a pretty rare upgrade. 1750 mass, so not a huge amount, and 52,500 power. So more power intensive than the first shield, and more mass as well. But it stuns land units in a very large radius periodically. Another special Aeon toy. See, the range here is similar to the gun range on the stun. Not sure if it's exactly the same, but it does mean you can't get the shield, which makes you pretty vulnerable. It's definitely advised if you're going chrono to make mobile shields to help your ACU out, and also obviously you gotta get some flak. A lot of bricks on the top here. And we have, oh, nice stealth TML. I do like throwing down a stealth field before you make the TML. It's... Oh! Let's stop talking about that, because the entire Cybern army just got stunned, and it's allowing him to retreat. You can see the overcharges. Oh, they're not doing enough to kill these bricks. They do have the most health on T3. So it seems he should invest in one more storage at least. Maybe 2 or 3 wouldn't go straight. So he can deal full damage he needs to kill those bricks. But he's done enough to force them back. I mean, they're just retreating. They're scared. I did see Keezer was starting a Monkey Lord. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Well, Chrono is not going to help here. Let's see how much... I don't really see any damage to the main base from this stealth TML. Looks like it was prepared for. It's bricks. Just destroying the Harbs. Blast Shield knows what's going on thanks to this sensors, and he's gonna try and get away. Surely not. There he goes. I don't think it matters too much unless he snipes Keezer. I think it's gonna be over. Oh no, that's not what you meant to do. He did not mean to build that. On storage T3 mechs. True heresy. On Blast Shield. What could we expect from an Aeon? And now I think we just wait for the spider bot to make its way to the base. Oh, we have a massive air fight. So many swift winds. I mean, all of Blast Shield's mass must have gone into these swift winds. I mean, 15,000 mass. That's after the air fight. He had 15,000 mass in swift winds. Damn. 15,000. Monkey Lord costs 20,000 for reference. And Mercy's being deployed. I think this is... I know this is done. It's not going to overcharge enough times. Now, if Blast Shield had a ton of storage, he could actually do insane damage with overcharge. But he didn't, so he couldn't. Well, not super interesting. This was a lot of Swift Winds. Countered perfectly by a Spider Bot. I did like the Chrono though, although it didn't get much chance to shine. You can see, although he stunned the entire army, he actually got to run away. I mean, he was very low on HP. It's the problem. If you get Chrono, you can't get Shield, so you're gonna die fast. Anyway, that's it for this replay. Go test out beta, try some stuff out, and send me replays. Thanks for watching. See you next time.